Hey everybody, welcome to Sweet Willy's Kitchen. I hope all is well. Hope everybody is getting along as best they can, and getting through this. I know different parts of the country are experiencing different challenges, but bottom line is we're all in this together. So I know it's been a while. Still waiting to get one of my latest videos up, and we'll get that at my editor. My editor is doing other things, so I'm not the priority, but that's okay. We've been busy trying to do other things like get toilet paper. How's everybody doing with the toilet paper? Are you getting the brands that you want? Hope so. Hope so. So well, we were pretty fortunate enough to get a bit of a supply, so we're down to I think we're down to 20 rolls. So that was it, and I think it's Hello Kitty now. But anyway, I wanted to take a little bit time here. We're not going to do any cooking or whatever. I wanted to just throw this little video out because we're going to be doing a few other different things over on Sweet Willy's Kitchen, and we're just trying to get the titles right. And it's not always going to be about cooking. It's going to be about a bunch of other things. So we'll do more on that. But I just wanted to throw this out to you. And it's a little video I'm going to put together called 25 Things You Don't Know About Me, where you might have an idea. So we're just going to go over this list of 25 things you might not know about me. So first of all, I was born in 1965. Yep, that means I'm in my mid-50s. So, but it's been a good ride. We've seen an awful lot of things, an awful lot of changes. In fact, one of the things that I saw a video where they were talking about something that happened in 1985. I said, that's nothing. No, wait a second, that's 35 years ago. So time does fly when you're having fun. Where would I grow up? Well, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and I was raised in northern New Jersey in that immediate area. So you're probably thinking, well, what my sports teams? Well, it's funny. Typically you start off, growing up and liking what your father liked. So my father was a Jets fan. He was a big Joe Namath fan, and I still am. But later on, I started going to Giants games. So I'm a New York Giants fan. And the same goes. I started off rooting for the Mets. I was a big fan of the Mets, but they traded Rusty Staub in 1975. And I turned my back on them and started rooting for the Yankees. And then I started, when I was working in a little store in town, Phil Rizzuto. He's an old-timer, but he's the New York Yankees shortstop with 8 World Series rings, and he used to come into the store and hang out, so I was immediately fell in love with the Yankees. And then, as far as hockey is concerned, like the Devils, and we were fortunate enough to, in 2003, to see them hoist the cup. So that was a fun time. Where did I go to college? I graduated from an engineering school in northern New Jersey, and I'm happy to say I'm still doing that type of work right now as my day job. What else? My outside activities. You probably know I enjoy golf. That's one of my favorite things I like to do. And just driving. And when I say driving, just getting in the car and just going someplace. I have a few certain highways and driveways and all sorts of other things that I like to do. And it's, again, it helps me think. As a salesman, you do find yourself driving from place to place, but as things are going to be changing, we won't be doing so much driving, but I like doing it, and it's called just going and getting lost. But getting back to the golf, who was my favorite golfer? And before Tiger Woods, there was Greg Norman, and he's still my favorite. He just had a certain, he was a very successful golfer, but he had a certain style about him. And now he's a very successful entrepreneur in all sorts of different lifestyles. So Greg Norman has essentially created his own brand, which I could only be so lucky. What do I like doing indoors? Well, you're looking at it. This right here. This is my thing. I enjoy cooking. Of the other things that I'd like to do, but because of my I guess, obsessive compulsive, I'd find myself up to 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning doing, you know, underneath the car or doing some other home improvement thing. So let me just stick to cooking. That'll suffice. So what's my favorite food? My favorite food, cheeseburgers. You can put all sorts of things on a cheeseburger. It was a toss-up between cheeseburger and pizzas. Favorite beverage is coffee. You know, have it every morning. You can eat it, you know, drink it hot, drink it cold. I do that. As far as food cities are concerned, I'm very fortunate. You know, I live pretty close to New York City, but it's not my favorite food city. My favorite food city is Philadelphia. Why? Well, for me, it's about an hour's drive away, but it's also the home of my 2 favorite sandwiches, which is the cheesesteak, but more important, the Italian roast pork. That's my favorite. But there's an Italian section, there's a German section, so there's a good cross section of a lot of different places, and the food is just phenomenal. And like I said, it's a drive. You just drive an hour, and we're there. My favorite restaurant, oddly enough, is a steakhouse. And yes, I've cooked steaks. I cook a real good steak, and I could do all those things. But it's just something about you know, getting dressed up. It's an event. Getting dressed up, there's a ritual when you're talking about a good steakhouse. In New York City, we have a few of them. My favorite is Keen's, and oddly enough, when I go to Keen's, I don't order the steak, I order the mutton chop. Look into it. It's a very unique experience. But if I was to just go for steak, the meal that I would order, I'd start off with a warm spinach salad made at the table. Usually the porterhouse for 2, because my dear beloved will be with me. Hello. The palm frites and maybe some asparagus, but I'm already had the spinach salad, so I might forego the greens. And of course, dessert would be a hot fudge sundae and an espresso. So that would be my ideal meal. You know, if that was my last meal on earth, it would be that. My favorite actor is Sylvester Stallone. Just so many reasons, so many different characters, and just, you know, he's an entertainer. I'm sure there are better actors and character developments and all that stuff that goes on, but for my money, Sylvester Stallone. You know, from when I was a kid all the way on up, he's always done great work, except for Stop Where My Mom Was Shoot, but that's another story. My favorite movie franchise. Okay, there's always a favorite one movie, but a movie franchise. So, you know, I'm figuring you know already. It's probably the Rocky movies, all of them except number 5. I didn't need to see the downfall. I just didn't need to see that. Favorite TV series, and I'm actually binge watching it right now, is Mad Men. It's one of my things. It's one of my period pieces, and you know, aside from the alcohol abuse and the womanizing and everything, but the whole, you know, the story, the character arc of Don Draper, I find very, very interesting. So let's talk about cars. I'm not a foreign car guy. I only had one foreign car in my life. Everything else been American muscle. I'm not a Ford nor a Chevy guy. I'm a Mopar guy, and right now I drive a Chrysler 300. It's got the Hemi in it, so there's my American muscle. Racing. There's some of you around the country that are big on racing, NASCAR fans and the like. Yeah, I see the NASCAR fans and I see the NASCAR, but I've got a short attention span, so drag racing for me. And my brother-in-law always said, real men drive straight. So that's the story on that. Favorite music, born and raised in New Jersey, so Bruce Springsteen. For your money, you can't, both live and in studio. You know, he's been doing it since, I think 1973. So, you know, for your money, it's as good as it gets for me. What do I actually do for a living other than entertaining the hundreds and hundreds of people out there? Is I'm in technical sales. I sell capital equipment. I do engineering for compressed air systems. I've been doing it for 25 years, so, and it's provided a very good life. What else we got here? Oh, We got attire. What do I like? You know, everybody likes the business casual, the polo shirts and the khakis. That ain't me. I'm a suit guy. I like suits. So you give me a double-breasted suit with a Park Avenue collar, French cuffs, wingtips, and a full Windsor knot tie, and it's as good as it gets. I still, from time to time, will do that, but if my day will sometimes find me crawling around in some pretty nasty places, so I'll still use the polo shirt and the khakis that can easily wash, but with no light colors. Watches. That's probably one of my only things that I do like. I like a good dive watch on a bracelet, and I have a little bit of a collection. Nothing too crazy, but you know, no comment on that. Pets. Got 3 cats. We got 3 rescue cats, and they're very good company. My favorite season is autumn. All right. What's interesting about what's nice about autumn is you get the cooler days, but sometimes a season will revert back to the prior. So, you know, if you're going in October or November, well, nothing brightens up your day. A nice warmer day in October or November. So we're going to stick with autumn. And my favorite terrain. All right. Now, one of the things of living in New Jersey here, all right, I am an hour away from New York City, less than an hour, 45 minutes from door to door. So I've got the urban. I'm less than 45 minutes away from the beaches. We've got the farmlands, we've got the mountains, we've got the suburbs. So you've got the 5 major terrains. Mine is probably mountains. I like the mountains. Mountains and lakes. It's my favorite thing. And the last thing, the final thing. Why am I doing this? Why do I make these videos? And it's because I like to. Okay, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the comments. Please comment, subscribe, and give the thumbs up, and hit that thing so you'll get subscribed. But I enjoy doing this. I always wanted to be part of me wanted to be a teacher. My line of work, I do get to educate my customers. So whatever we do here, hopefully you've picked something up, perhaps inspired, but giving you something. We're not trying to be perfect. No, there's plenty of other channels for that. There's the, how to get the perfect this or how to get the perfect this, and I'm going to leave you with this little phrase that just came up to me today, because during this lockdown, I refurbished my bathroom downstairs and we did a nice job. Retiled the bathroom, cleaned up everything, and put it together, and it looks really good. So with that, I came up with this phrase. I hope everybody can see it. No, because it is backwards. But good enough can still be great. Okay, just remember that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be excellent, but sometimes good enough can be excellent. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you found this a little interesting. Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask me a question. Any question asked, I will answer it. So with that said, I'll see you back in the kitchen. And we'll see you back with some of the new topics I'm going to be moving forward with. And once again, hang in there, folks. We're all in this together. Be safe, be happy, be relaxed, and you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.